Hello, my name is Kimberly Curtis, and I am here to share with you what Life After Cancer Ministry means to me. First, I believe it was May 2013, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. And according to the doctors, she only had a few days to live, and I mean things were moving very quickly. We actually brought her home to be with us for hospice, and I tell you, not many days after being home, I remember actually going to church on that Sunday, June 9th, and expressing to Sister Jameson in the Life Ministry that, you know, the doctor said she didn't have long to live. And I remember being given a bag with not only a card and a plant, but we were also given this bear. And little did I know that would be the day that Mom would be called home to glory. But I tell you, we read the card and we laid the bear in the bed with her, and it was such a blessing to have the Life Ministry in our corner and providing support. My husband had mentioned that was so nice of your ministry. So I was grateful for the Life Ministry, not realizing a year later, May of 2014, that I would be diagnosed with breast cancer. And I tell you, it was such a traumatic time for me and for us, not having any family history, not knowing, you know, how this could have happened. Actually being one who said, you know, that could never happen to me. Thank God it hadn't happened to me, but yet and still it had. I remember getting my annual mammogram done and being called back in for further pictures. I remember blaming the stenographer, saying she didn't know what she was doing and that none of this could be happening to me. I remember getting a biopsy done and expressing to my husband that because of my faith, I didn't need him to go back with me to get the results. I could go by myself. I could handle it all on my own because God was with me. Little did I know I would be getting a diagnosis that I wasn't quite ready and prepared to deal with. I remember my daughter going with me, and we just figured we would have a mama-daughter time. And when the doctor came in and expressed that I had breast cancer, I mean, for at least 20 minutes, we were just bawling, not knowing what to do, what was next, how to make it, where do I go from here? Was this the end of my life? After about 20 minutes of crying, I remember Kia saying to me, "Mom, you can officially become a member of the Life Ministry." And I tell you, that was where my whole perspective on lack changed. I was now not only a beneficiary because of my mom, but now I've become a beneficiary because of my own affliction. And I tell you, Mother Jameson and the Life Ministry supported me like big. I thank God because I realize now that I'm the woman that I am because of the challenges that Sister Jameson gave me during my time of illness, during my time of treatment, not knowing what was next or where to go. And I tell you, she gave me some hard challenges and some hard lessons that I thought were kind of unfair. I actually thought I could get over on her and not do them. But I tell you, I thank her and thank God every day for the challenges that she gave me. And she wanted me to share my story with a total stranger. I remember thinking she is crazy. I remember thinking, what would she do if I don't do it? How would she know whether or not I did it or not? I remember me and Kia being out on the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, and there was so many people walking, and Kia was like, "Oh, Mom, tell her, tell that one, tell her." I was like, I ain't talking to them people. And in my mind, I had just about reverted to not talking to anybody, even though she had given me the challenge. But I tell you, I went out running one morning, 5 a.m., and I ran into this lady. I probably scared her half to death. I kind of ran up on her. And I remember asking her if I could share something with her. I told her there was nothing that I wanted from her. There was nothing that I was going to do to her. I just wanted to share my story with her. And I tell you, after I shared my story with that lady, it was just such a relief It was such an accomplishment. It was such a blessing. I thought I was giving her something, but yet she gave me something in return. She gave me her time, her listening ear, and the biggest hug. I remember walking all the way back up my street, just thanking and praising God for the opportunity to be able to share. I didn't know how much that would have an impact on my life. I remember telling Sister Jameson, "You are crazy. I just can't do this." But I tell you, that point right there did something in my life. It just changed me. It just helped me to evolve into who I am. And I tell you, I never saw the lady again. I went out at the same times in the morning. I went different routes. I came around by the bus stop. I never saw the lady. And one thing that came to mind was, it was the perfect person for me. God has sent an angel that would be receptive, that I could share and not only give something to, but receive something from, in such a tragic moment. I didn't realize I had 3 co-workers that were diagnosed after I was, and I had my manager approach me and say, "Hey, can you be a support system to them? They're going through this," and they didn't really want anybody to know. But I expressed to them that you have been one that had been diagnosed, and they were willing to have you talk to them. So life after cancer has meant so much to me. It definitely allows you to understand that there is life after cancer. I also wanted to share that in 7th grade, I learned in my Latin class that vita, the root of that, meant life. And for me, having a support system is vital. It's not just important, it's vital. So I just want you guys to know that if you can help support the LAC ministry, let us know how we can, help support you. We are here as a ministry, as a family, to help those get through situations that they don't think they can get through. Life after cancer has been a true blessing to me, and truly, there is life after cancer.